Do you want to be rich in future? Then be poor today. Not literally, but notionally. Hello and welcome to the video, my fellow human beings. This is our very first YouTube video and I hope you like it. I hope all of you are doing good and safe. So let's get straight onto it. I asked you a question in the beginning that do you want to be rich in future? If your answer is yes, then you should know about a term called cash flow management. Yes, let me brief you about cash flow management, what it is and how it plays an important role in our lives. Cash flow management helps us control the money which we are spending in our daily life. Nowadays, many people are facing this problem, and even youngsters in college drop out due to this reason. Managing the cash flow not only helps you in a financial crisis, but also helps manage your life. Cash flow management helps you in many ways, like how to spend, how to invest, and how to think about managing your life. In this video, we will discuss how cash flow management helps an individual in their day to day life. If cash is managed appropriately, it can do wonders. Let me give you a few examples of people who did not manage cash properly and they regretted it later on. First on the list is Sushil Kumar. Sushil Kumar created history in 2011 by becoming the first contestant to take home rupees 5 crore from Amitabh Bachchan hosted Kaun Banega Crorepati. The season 5 winner from Bihar wanted to become an IS officer. However, after failing to invest his prize money wisely, Kumar is now struggling in his life. Nonetheless, the host of the show, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Big B, faced financial issues when his company ABCL was declared bankrupt. Apparently, there was a debt of over 90 crore rupees. The actor had even mortgaged his house, but the offer of hosting Kaun Banega Crorepati saved the situation for him. Now, I would like to call upon Abhinav to tell you about Nicolas Cage, our very own Ghost Rider.
Thanks, Anunay, for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to speak about the poor finances of the one and only Nicolas Cage. Yes, the actor was loved by many, was one of the Hollywood biggest stars, earning $40 million in 2009 alone, but also one of its biggest spender. He purchased many homes, automobiles, and rare artifacts. The IRS placed tax lien on multiple properties he owned, and then had Cage hand over more than $6 million for failing to pay his 2007 tax bill. Cage's risky financial situation led him to sell many of his personal belongings, including a treasured comic book, and take many film roles. Now, I would like to invite Sambit to speak about another legend. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us an insight into the life of the famous Nicolas Cage. But the one I am going to speak about is no less. I am going to talk about none other than the smooth criminal, the thriller, the dangerous Michael Jackson. So apparently the king of pop was supposedly $400 million in debt when he died unexpectedly in 2009. He was also close to foreclosure on his famous Neverland home. Large amounts of spending required Jackson to take out loans, many which he never paid back. Jackson's money problems got worse once he was involved in numerous expensive lawsuits. Right before he died, Jackson planned on getting out of debt by going on tour. His estate has resolved the financial issues, and Michael has been the top earning debt celebrity of 5 straight years. So all these celebrities didn't manage their money properly and they paid for it. Now, after taking a look at their management skills, let's look at some surveys that will provide us some more info. Thank you.
Thank you, Sambit. I hope they knew about cash flow management. Now, I would like to call upon Shivam and Ayush to tell us about few surveys that were conducted in 2011 and 2018. Over to you, Shivam.
Thank you, Anunay, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. A 2011 study called Regret and the Typical American pulled thousands of retired people from all occupations and lifestyle and asked the following questions. What are your biggest regrets in your life? So, the top 4 regrets were very focused on, as you might expect, on family, love, and experiences. However, number 5 was quite illuminating and relevant to what we have been talking about for the prior 15 weeks. Number 5 went like this. I wish I had managed my financial resources better. Now, by the way, note it carefully what it exactly says. It doesn't say I wish I had more money or I would have been more rich. Rather than it says I wish I had worked for more hours. It simply says I wish I had been better at managing my resources. And put it another way, it says that I would have had a better life if I had a better financial planning. So guys, it's on you what life you want to choose, a life full of regrets or guilts, or a life where you had a better financial planning. So now I invite my another friend Ayush to give a clear vision on another survey. It's over to you, Ayush.
Thanks, Shivam. A recent study from the University of Michigan suggests that teaching children early about budgeting, saving, and the value of money double their chances of graduating from high school and also being accepted to their college of their choice. These were the two surveys that were done. Now we roll back to Anine for more information on the subject.
Thank you, Shivam and Ayush, for telling us about such remarkable surveys. Now, I would like to ask everybody, why is it necessary to manage money or save money? Prachi, can you tell us about this?
Thanks, Anunay, for giving me this opportunity to speak. Firstly, learning to manage money will set students like us up for a stress free financial future that we deserve. And it's a very important skill that we can carry throughout our life, and the money management habits we will develop in high school or college are likely to be there in our minds forever. These days, finances are the reason for many students dropping out of colleges. But why take the hard way? Money management techniques that we will learn today will also help us in the adult world tomorrow. Thank you, Anune, for giving me this opportunity. Now, I would like my friend Nissan to say more about it.
It truly is possible to manage our income, whatever little bit we have, more efficiently through planning. Managing income helps in understanding how much money you will need for your payments, monthly expenditure, and also boosts your savings. We can, therefore, increase cash flow by carefully monitoring our spending patterns and expenses. Tax planning, prudent spending, and careful budgeting will help you keep more of your hard earned money. Thanks, Prachi and Anunay, for giving me this opportunity.
Before I start, I would like to thank my colleagues for presenting such a beautiful presentation. I was listening carefully to this explanation. It didn't take me long to comprehend their topics. The coordination was just great. I'm gratified thinking that I got the opportunity to guide specialists like Mr. Nishan, Amne, and Ms. Prachi. It's my pleasure to share my perspective. Although I am fully convinced with Mr. Nishan and Ms. Prachi, but here I want to add few more points. Reason for financial planning. Income. Income is money or the equivalent value that an individual or business receives, usually in exchange for providing a good or service or through investing capital. Cash flows are the net amount of cash and cash equivalents being transferred into and out of business. Cash received are inflows and money spent are outflows. Investments. An investment is an asset or item acquired with goal of generating income or appreciation. Appreciation refers to an increase in the value of an asset over time. When an individual purchases a good as an investment, the intent is not to consume the good, but rather to use it in the future to create wealth. An assets. An asset is a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation, or a country owns or controls with expectation that it will provide future benefits.
Thank you, Prachi, Nishant, and Yash for telling us why is it necessary to manage money. Now, I would like Anubhav and Ashish to tell us about basic tool of personal finance.
Now, I would like to explain the basic tools for personal finance. The basic tools for personal finance are as follows. An income statement is usually a way to document past results. I would like to start with a little bit of distinction here. Income statement, expense statement, and budgets, while related, are not actually the same. An income statement might be useful for working at the way income and expense are related. The balance sheet is used alongside other important financial statements such as the income statement and the statement of cash flows in conducting fundamental analysis. The basic idea of balance sheet is that the assets are equal to the sum of liabilities and net worth.
So what is an expense? An expense is the cost of operations that a company incurs to generate revenue. As the popular saying goes, it costs money to make money. Thank you everyone.
Oh hi, see you're getting this? Don't worry, I've got it covered. I brought you something really interesting that you will be excited to know about. Let's begin. My name is Shantha Prakash and I'm here to give you an opportunity to learn on how to deal with your own money because you know how much important it is. So we are launching a session where great influencers like the CEOs and data analysts of top tier companies will be giving you strategies from their own experiences. It is going to be held on 30th May 2021. For registration, look at the description box and fill up the form given there. Don't worry, it's free. Hey, what are you waiting for? Register now. Don't miss the chance. Come on, go. Hurry up. Hey, I'm back to remind you something really important, and that is do like and subscribe the video and wait for our next videos.